So what have you guys been thinking about today?
Cheese making.
Cheese making?
College sucks ass. I'm not even in college and I hate it.
I have some college assignments. I have to do, but it's crazy how your life goes from like, haha, I can't wait to play Minecraft with my friends later to, man, I gotta do this today. I gotta do this today. I gotta do this tomorrow. Man, I gotta do that and this and that. And I guess there's like if there is an adult listening to this, they're like, haha, you poor foolish idiot.
It
That's
only
just like
gets
adult
worse.
life.
I mean, I've had that mindset since fucking Minecraft. I mean, not Minecraft high school.
Since Minecraft, I gotta get wood. I gotta build a house. I gotta plant
Yeah,
food.
you're catching on. Fuck.
I gotta get netherite.
Mm-hmm.
And if I cannot do any of those things, I am less powerful or equal to the server people with me, and I am not as good.
Indubitably so.
There's this
And see,
one
that's
anarchy server that I'm playing on. Um, where there's not really very much activity at all. There's just me and a group of friends, and this one other guy who's like 40 something, who gets on there, just hacks a lot and tries to monopolize the end. Like he's trying to get a monopoly on all the elytras and force people to go through him to get them. And whenever anyone tries to like, when someone sees him online, he starts going on rants about how cool he thinks he is, and people just start to say that he's kind of just being a dick. He gets the most heated about it
that's funny.
because like it makes sense, right? Like it is an anarchy server, you can do that. But he's a 40-year-old man. Go pay your mortgage or something.
I'm more
Silly,
surprised he isn't owning up to be an asshole. I thought that was the point.
silly
Yeah,
child. Who could afford a mortgage when they're 40 these days? Who could do any of that?
that's
Not
make
the
me feel
common
that we'll
man.
never be able to like own property in our lives.
I don't want to own a house.
Well, Tucker, with the wild takes here.
Do you
Yo,
want to
I
yo,
know
don't
that?
so
understand. Why should anyone want to own a house? That's so much trouble and it's so wasteful.
who wants to pay for the rest of their life?
Do you want to live in a van down by the river?
There's other stuff you can buy than a house.
Oh yeah, a
Like a
trailer
van
Yeah.
down
perhaps.
by the river?
Okay.
I'm just saying you'll have plenty of time to think about living in a van down by the river when you're living in a
Look,
van down by the river.
I
I have
I just
nothing against my trailer homies out there, but I just don't think I'd want to permanently settle down in one.
No, what I'm saying is I think it's idiotic that everyone should own a house. Because if we separate it by like one person for 1 acre, which is barely enough to have a good house, it's like nothing. There's almost no land left.
Okay, so you want a house with land?
You missed my entire point. What?
What he's saying is that it contributes to problems such as overpopulation, since if we have houses that are like, okay, assume everyone has like 1 acre of land minimum, which is a pretty small amount of land in the grand scheme of things. Um, that's most of the land on Earth being occupied just to house everyone, which doesn't really work since you also have to worry about, okay, where are these people going to be working? Where is food going to be grown? How are people going to be commuting? That sort of thing.
I believe in vertical expansion like apartment buildings and stuff.
I believe in owning a house.
I don't understand why anyone want to own a house. I do not want to have to take care of a yard.
Move to
It's not so bad.
Texas. Boom.
Okay, fair
Tucker,
enough. Fuck.
Have you okay,
Tucker,
in
now
Texas,
hear me out. Rip all your grass out.
unironically, you can fucking sell your grass to Texas. In Texas, there are places that specifically just farm turf, and they waste so much water just growing grass. Because for some reason, people have this nuclear family ideal of having a green lawn with grass that doesn't belong there, that takes so much water to grow in the first place, to cultivate and to maintain afterward, that there's unironically a water shortage in Texas. Like you go to restaurants, sometimes water is like a hot commodity.
Now hear me out. If I don't have my green grass where my baby son can't play his catch in football, then I'm no man.
It's just like you guys have like rocks and other shit you can like. I eh,
I ain't raised no dirt, baby.
I
My
feel
baby's
like
gonna touch grass.
it's a good representation of mankind's hubris that we are cutting our foot off for the sake of trying to make nature bend to what it inherently is not, so that it better fits our desires in such a way that is like so clearly just detrimental to us in a purely aesthetic way. Because like technically building houses and cities and shit is bending nature in a way that's unnatural, yada yada yada. But like, there's no reason we should care about the grass that much. We don't try
Um,
to grow like pine trees in Florida.
they
At
should
least I
use
hope
fake
not.
grass, right? I feel like that's the real alternative there.
And there's some places that probably do. But like
Like golf
there's
courses, just exclusively use fake grass. What reason do you have to have real grass?
there's like entire farms. Because I went to Texas once. Well, technically it was to New Mexico, but we went through Texas. And they were just giant, I guess you'd call them like plantations almost, of just they grow grass. And there's big trucks that have bundles of grass there. Like, the Plants vs. Zombies loading screen when it has like the grass
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
I've seen
yeah,
those.
it's that. Just in real life. Giant trucks loaded full of them. And also, tons of oil pipelines and pumps just raping the earth, which is,
A fun way of putting it, you just said.
well, it's just like, okay, when we were driving through there, I
Oh, nope, you're
saw
right. Right in there.
that
Cool with
is
that.
the most. mm, I don't. We've done some fucked up shit to nature, man.
Mother Earth is dead. That's for true.
She's not dead, but we are like, the chemotherapy isn't working, and we're asking her for money.
I feel like it's like stabbing Mother Nature in the shins. COVID happened, then she learned to walk again. Then COVID ended, and now it's like we stabbed her shins again and telling her to walk on a tightrope.
In the beginning. Speaking of Tucker, how are you doing right now? You seem kind of quiet and unsavory at the moment.
Blah, blah, blah.
And
How's your
Tucker,
day going?
honestly, I agree with your opinion of everyone should own a house. Well, here's my thing. I'm okay to have a house and have my generations of family live in it if it ever comes to it. I don't mind that. I don't think I should individually should own a house. And I really hate the aspect of oh, you're 18, get out.
I mean, yeah, that concept's frowned upon in pretty much everywhere except for the US. We just made independence our entire personality at the US.
You buy your
It's like,
independence because all that you do your entire life is work to earn the right to be independent.
I was
Of
told
course.
something in I think economics class where it's like you sell your time. That's what you do. You sell to your own
Yes.
time, your entire life. And they said that with a smile on their face. Like that's not horrifying.
Yep. I mean, when you're working, you're selling your service, your work. That's what that is.
Yeah, but that's your time as well. You just sell time.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you have all this time and everything to do. But then when you're adults, it just goes away. And you think, why? It's because you're selling it for money, so you can live
Mm-hmm.
and you don't die. And that is terrifying. Man, I can't. That sucks. Can't wait
It,
till that actually happens to me. It's
it's
already kind of
why I
happening.
don't want to work. That's the complete other reason I don't want to get a job or anything. That's just fucking terrible.
No,
But
no one
it's
wants to
whatever.
work.
You
No
should
one wants to
go
work.
you should go into the forest in Illinois and get yourself a 10 by 14 cabin and live just on the land.
There was someone I was with my sister at the time, and we were going to drop my niece off at a daycare, and there was these two workers outside going on and on about how our generation hates working. and it's like, man, I wish I could just not work like everyone's doing these days, and like get away with it. It's just like we're not doing that. We're not getting away with it. Still doing it. We're gonna starve if we don't.
Hmm.
It's just I
It
feel like
doesn't help. It doesn't help that the economy's in a current fucking mess.
we should be like persecuted because we don't feel like selling our life away.
Oh,
I,
don't
I wish
worry.
I I wish I had rolled in at 20 at birth. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, not being
Born
content
rich.
with the current state of the human condition is actually mental illness, and you need to take pills. Did you know that there's actually, and this is like actually just a straight up thing, they're working on technology to produce pills that basically have tiny machines in them, well, not pills, but capsules, that would pretty much just latch on at some point inside of you, and at particularly high levels of cortisol just to release certain chemicals to just make you feel happy. And you wanna know what the application for this was? Like the first application that I've been seeing most news headlines about?
Isn't there a video game based off of that?
So that workers can be happier at the most stressful moments in their day-to-day jobs.
That just sounds like weed.
Amazon's giving you your happy pills so that whenever you start hating the fact that you're selling your soul to the company, you just suddenly stop thinking about it. Also, yes,
I don't
there are
know.
a couple of games about that.
That's not even what that mostly does. If with raised cortisol it releases like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, it makes you fall in love with being stressed, which is like arguably even worse.
I don't understand what the point of that is. Just let everyone take weed to work. Then people, I mean, like they'll be happy. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but if people are allowed to have weed, then that means that pharmaceutical companies aren't able to sell their products that are just inferior to weed anymore, so we gotta keep it illegal.
Ah, big pharmacy.
Also,
Yes, I see.
it's not recommended to use heavy machinery with weed, which would cripple a lot of industries.
I don't think. I honestly don't. I welcome the robots for. I'm okay with the robots taking jobs and shit. I feel like in the beginning, yeah, it'll suck, but after a while, it'll be enough of them to where we don't have to care,
Well, the
and
thing
that's pretty
is, like,
pimpin'.
okay, so say for instance, all like manual labor jobs are gone, eliminated, right? What's everyone else gonna do? What about people who
Whatever they
are?
want.
Whatever they want, man.
Do you really think our society is gonna go that way? Like, yeah, ideally
Hopefully,
we would just like nobody has to work ever, and we can
Well,
just work towards self-fulfillment. But we have greedy capitalist scumbags like fucking Jeffrey Bezos at the top of our ladder.
I'm just hoping
Hazel,
eventually
Hazel.
we get to a socio. Is it socio-capitalist or something like that? I really want that. It's so nice. I don't. There's no reason why we don't have that besides big pharma and shit like that. I hate lobbying. Fuck lobbying.
Mm. Hazel.
Yeah.
The issue is when you talked about like the capitalism, the greedy stuff, with them in the picture, workers will never be completely replaced with robots. So if you're including them in that idea at all, it's just never gonna happen to begin with.
I just mean like I don't know, man. I just wanna
The
fucking if I could just okay, I'm gonna sound crazy for this, but like if I could just I'm not saying that.
If I could just kill
greed,
everyone.
No, no, not that.
If I could kill every person.
No, shut the fuck up. That's not what I'm saying at all. Fuck you.
Hazel, I get that. It's a joke. You ever heard of one? Calm the fuck down. Now go ahead and
anyways,
say what
greed,
you're gonna say.
blah blah blah. Anyways,
I feel like this political discussion is getting a little heated.
I like politics. Politics are so much fun to talk about. This
They are.
politics is so much fun to talk about. Fuck.
I still want to own a house though. That's like my dream is just to own a house. Hopefully invest enough to where I don't have to pay anything anymore, and just live comfortably. I don't need much. If I have a gaming system and a TV and the internet, I'm chilling.
I feel
What?
like it's funny that we initially started this podcast as just like a fun recreational thing, and immediately when we started recording tonight, we just started venting our frustrations with how we're never going to be able to like have self-fulfillment.
Oh well.
I hope one of us hits the RNG streak, where one of us, at least one of us, gets to like, hey, look at that, my YouTube channel's picking up. I can make video games my living, or hey, look at that, I invested right.
If I
You
I
like
know,
win the lottery or something, you guys are getting some of the money.
that'd be pimping.
I'm
I'm
actually
probably not gonna
when
play
I'm
the
going
lottery
to
much
college,
though.
I'm actually gonna try. What
I'm probably not gonna play the lottery much. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up.
is a lottery silly. I
I would,
if I actually get like a mainstream job with like money and shit, I'm probably gonna end up buying a lottery ticket at least once a week.
yeah, so am I. Come on, our weekly hope at freedom.
Pretty much. As long as you aren't like some dumbasses and blow it in less than a year.
If I get money, I wouldn't tell anyone.
Yeah, there was someone who won the lottery and showed up in the fucking Scream costume, like Ghostface. They
There's
showed up to claim their prize money in the Ghostface costume, so their relatives wouldn't recognize them.
there's a
Yeah.
few like there's a lot of cases like that. Usually, just in some states, they force people to do it like publicly, like you can't do it anonymously, which I think is stupid.
Yeah,
I hate those.
Because
I
then that
hate
just
those.
makes you a target. Like, hey, rob this guy's house, guys. Or
Let's get
pretty
hey,
'em.
much.
did
Let's
you
get 'em,
ever go to
guys.
school with this guy? Time to harass them about how you were always nice to them and you are now suddenly owing a bunch of money to this guy.
If I got money, I feel like I would only tell two people, and that is maybe Tucker, maybe my mother, and maybe my partner, the current partner. Because I feel like the more people you tell, the more out of hand it's gonna get. And at that point, I
Uh-huh.
expect at least one of the three to go insane. So we'll find out.
What?
I said at that point, I'm expecting one of the three I just listed to go insane. We'll find out.
Okay.
Hey, it's fair.
Fair
Money
enough.
change. Money really changes people. It really does.
Yes, and
I would split it though. And I feel like I'd put the rest in like some sort of investment. I'd hire someone to invest money for me.
I'm actually when I actually enroll in college, one of the degrees I want is one in accountancy, so I like can better understand finances and shit.
You know, if we lived back during the era where rich people just like what am I trying to say here? You know how rich people like kings and shit just kind of kept certain people in their court as basically just pets? Like
Like
Yeah.
like little people.
well no. What I mean is like say for instance I'm some big Renaissance genius guy like no Leonardo da Vinci. What if some really rich dude just paid me money to sit around and just like, hey, I have a fucking design for ye old helicopter here. Isn't that pretty cool? And that dude just throws more money at me because he's like, hell yeah, that's pimping. Keep up the good work, my guy. I just think that'd be really funny.
You
You
pretty
mean like
much just said you want a sugar daddy.
I would take a sugar daddy.
You say that like that's a bad thing.
It's
Someone
not.
just pays me
No,
money to exist.
yeah, no, I'm
I
down
mean,
for
yeah.
that. Look, I get it. I have never thought to myself, "You look at that. It's a whore. I hate that." You're telling me you suck a dick and you get $1,000? What the fuck? Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
making more
no.
than most
I
people.
get food, I get shelter, I get some manner of like positive affirmation. I get money. I get to just sit around on my ass all day doing whatever.
You know that one girl that got like paid to be their dog or some shit?
What
I
did you
don't know what
say?
you're talking about.
There's a girl that got paid to be this guy's dog.
I
Like
would
she
do
would
that.
sleep in a cage and a shit, and she
Okay.
got paid like $8,000 a day
Hell yeah! Where do I sign up for that?
or something like ridiculous like that. I'm pretty sure she's already retired at like 20.
How do I do that? If anyone out there is listening and is interested in keeping me as a pet, I'm just saying, the comment section is open down below.
Okay.
Now hear me out.
What? Don't act like you wouldn't.
Tucker, if you get an offer right, now you know Tucker probably has greater aspirations. He wants to work till he dies, and we know that. And we're
I
okay with
hate
that.
you.
We accept that. No, no, we get it. You
I
think
do
that's
not want to work until
No,
I
realistically,
die.
if you think about it, because Tucker, as you famously put, just wants a loveless, purely transactional
Please
relationship,
shut up.
that actually sounds like the perfect situation for him.
No.
I don't know why Chris is always dead set on the idea, but it's really funny that
I
that's
don't
exactly what we're
know. He's a
discussing.
bitch. He's a bitch.
Is he a
because I
stinky
mean, like,
bitch?
Anyways.
look, look. I'm just a normal guy, like the rest of you, and
I'm just
I assure you that my best friend wants a loveless marriage.
Chris is just a normal human being like you and me.
Yeah, that's
Chris,
what's up, Tucker?
should I run to be president? Will you support me if I become president?
Yeah, I'll do that. Can I have
Why?
some money?
Wait, does the president have yeah, the president definitely has a salary. What is it?
Good enough.
Holy shit.
Huh?
400,000 a year.
400,000 a year, that's what the girl was making?
What? No, that's the presidential salary.
Oh. Huh. That's ridiculous, actually. That's 1.6 million for one term.
Mm-hmm.
3.2 if you get reelected. And then afterwards, you probably get a ton of money regardless, right?
I mean, yeah, probably, especially if you're like running a political campaign, you're probably getting money from those kind of donations. How much of it is actually going back into the campaign versus your own pockets?
Yeah, but you're probably getting a lot of that money from your, see, we call them lobbyists, even though it should just be corrupt corporations trying to influence elections.
It's not corrupt if it's legal,
It's not corrupt if we call it lobbying.
pretty much.
I'm going to third C.
Okay.
Me,
Yeah, yeah, I know how funny that is.
me when I'm a pirate and I'm done with the first two parts of my journey.
Shut up. You can keep talking once you find the One Piece.
Yarg.
Okay. Anyways, someone else have something funny to, I don't know, talk about?
Um,
Uh,
so if you could replace any one word with the English language with another word or phrase
You've
or
already asked
noise,
us.
what? I have?
You've already asked us before.
Oh.
I think you asked that on the last podcast. I might be wrong though.
So how do you
I
feel
know
about
you asked.
how do you feel about Muscle Man?
How do you feel about his medal?
she is
Uh,
a fat ass.
okay, okay, Chris.
Thank you for sharing, Chris. We appreciate it.
Well, you
Um,
asked a question. Oh, by the way, I have the house to myself for tonight. I can scream as loud as I want.
okay, then do it.
Congratulations, man. Please don't.
I covered the I covered the audio mixing, so I'm
I'm not gonna scream, guys.
Chat, I'm not gonna scream. I'm not gonna scream, chat.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. You don't make me blow my. What does he say? Blow my top?
I don't remember.
What's the one? You got me blow my stack. It's that one. Blow my stack,
Oh my
isn't it?
god,
I'm gonna
yes it
blow.
is.
He's gonna blow.
Man,
Shut up.
Don't make
That's
me do it.
they
awful.
really. It's November.
Don't do it, bitch. He starts like shooting into the sky. I fucking love that episode.
It was awful.
Those
That's
ladies were just taking advantage of him and bullying him. I
it's
don't think that's
inadequate.
very nice. What?
Don't make me whip it out. It's not sizable.
You see, you killed it. You killed it.
What
You
do you mean I
killed it.
killed it? You killed it by saying I
You,
killed it.
you ever see that meme where it's like those like preteens saying big chungus, and then there's like the young kitty says haha big chungus, and then there's the angry looking preteen saying good job, you killed it, and then there's the little kid crying.
No.
That's us right now.
I'm gonna fucking shit yourself. How about that?
What? Oh God.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back.
Yep. Tucker, they're feeling the effects of it.
Okay.
Hey, Tucker.
Yeah.
Now hear me out. You get the option between a scythe or
Between a what?
a scythe or
Okay.
now hear me out or a 2-inch dagger, and you have to kill zombies.
Okay. Scythes are horrible fucking weapons. Anyone who defends a scythe's a fucking idiot.
Okay.
Also, a 2-inch dagger barely even counts as a dagger.
I know.
Is the blade 2 inches?
Yeah.
How long's the handle?
Uh, about 3 inches.
That can't even fit comfortably in your hand. You cannot get a comfortable grip on that. That's too small for most people's hands.
A scythe
Yeah, I know.
isn't a scythe isn't really a very viable weapon, but at least in Revolutions it saw a lot of popularity as
But
like
no, okay.
No, a
There was
war scythe, which
yeah,
is
it's
a
a war.
manufactured scythe to have the blade angled differently like a blade, kind of similar to a spear. If you want to make
Yeah,
an actual scythe a good weapon, you have to sharpen the outside of the blade.
oh yeah, by no means is it an actually effective thing, but would you rather have like a 2-inch little letter opener?
A leather opener's bigger than that.
Okay, a two
To be
inch. What
completely,
do you even call it at that point? It's a piece of scrap metal.
it's nothing. It's fucking nothing. That exactly, it's useless. The issue is a scythe sucks as a weapon,
You can at least
but I'd
bat.
still
You can at
probably pick.
least bop someone with the stick.
I guess.
It's
I
like
guess
a
it gives
staff.
reach.
It's like a staff plus some extra.
Plus, I guess if you consider the fact it's a stupid ass zombie, at least won't be able to fight against you effectively when you have a long range pole arm and shit.
Yeah. And what if it's
Is it like an
no,
actual
Tucker,
scythe?
Tucker,
What?
Tucker.
What?
You're
What?
wrong. Z Nation zombies.
what if it's rusty scythe? Hmm?
No, that's the
That,
thing is, it doesn't matter what you choose. Z Nation zombies fuck you up.
hmm.
Okay.
Uh, It's those zombies from the
Um,
truck episode.
why do you ask the question if you say it doesn't matter?
Because you two are like arguing and bickering, I thought that'd be funny. It just doesn't fucking matter at all. It just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. It's okay. It's all right.
What is this stuff you just sent me?
Oh, that is the list of hats. I said when you asked if they're hats, and I said no. Those
And
are
there
the hats
was.
you can. Yeah, these are the hats you can get. I sent the list of all the stuff you're able to roll.
You're an idiot.
You don't get fruit, you get these things.
That's cool, I guess.
No
And like you
longer.
can randomly get 10 minutes at 2 times XP.
That's
But
nice. Anyways.
yeah, that's nice anyways. Just wanted to put it out there.
Bup, 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 bup.
So if you were offered a peanut to go inside of a cage,
I would kill myself.
Well, there's a peanut in a cage. You can just like walk into the cage to grab the peanut. What do you do? Doesn't seem to be anyone
Well,
around.
why would I want the peanut? It's
It's.
a peanut.
Do you not like peanuts?
I'm okay with peanuts. They're okay, but like, why would I get on all fours and crawl into a cage to grab one?
Well, but what if you don't have to get on all? Like, what if it's a human-sized cage? You just like walk in
Why
there.
would I walk into a cage to grab a peanut? Is it like on the floor?
No, there's like a table in there. Okay, think of it like
Why
okay,
is there a
like an
table in the
old-timey.
fucking cage?
Just imagine you're in like an old-timey like fucking Wild West jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those old walk-in jail cells. You walk in there and there's a table. On the table is a peanut. Do you go for it? Why are you silent?
1 second, I might have broken my headphones.
They got so mad they fucking slammed it against the table.
No, I fucking accidentally tugged on my wire and the headset just fucking fell. I mean, my phone fell off the desk and it like fucking bent the earphone jack.
Oh, you silly. Oh,
Okay,
you
Chris, what would
silly.
Yes,
you do?
yes, this is only like the third fucking thing I've bent, including a charger and like something else.
Okay, now I'll be honest. I'm gonna have you say that again, the entire thing over.
I honestly can't hear you. Let me see if this thing still works. Which honestly, I
Okay.
doubt it does, but okay. Um, I'm willing to test it and have it maybe get stuck in. Hello?
Hello,
Holy shit. Hello?
hello.
Hello, Jesus.
Oh, that's off.
Thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hello, Jesus.
Well, I took my headset. That sucks. A lot.
No.
Uh-huh. Oh well, I guess.
So, Chris, what would you do in that situation?
Uh,
Would you
watch a
go?
Roblox animation between two NPCs fighting.
So, would entirely forget the I just disregard the peanut entirely.
You like this is from the SpongeBob episode, isn't it?
The SpongeBob episode?
Yeah, with the peanut and the clam.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's the peanut and the clam where he has to like they're like throwing peanuts at the clam, and the clam starts crying, and everyone's like, "You did it, SpongeBob!" And they start pointing at him.
Sure. Yeah, that's what this is from. Would you or would you not just see a peanut on a table in a jail cell and go for it? Would you not just walk over and grab the peanut and eat it?
I would not grab the peanut. I don't like peanuts.
Okay, what nuts do you like?
I don't like peanuts. So I mean, if there's like a maybe a
An almond?
closed, sealed bag of like fruit snacks, maybe. You know what I mean?
Um, okay, what about if it was
Go on.
oh hold on, I'm thinking.
This sucks.
What no, I'm trying to think of like what sort of thing would be effective bait for you.
No, it's
Okay,
not
there's
you. It's not.
string
It's not
cheese.
you. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. Okay, look. Let me chime in. Let me stop playing a game
There's a
that
stick
requires.
of string cheese sitting on there.
Um, is it sealed?
Yes.
I mean, I still probably. I mean, I don't know how long that's been there. It's cheese, right?
It is a tube of string cheese with little plastic sleeves.
A tube of string cheese. I would not eat that because a tube of string cheese sounds disgusting.
Like, you know what I mean? One of the sleeves of it, the little cylinders.
Okay. Um, no, I would. I just don't know how long it's been there. Really.
If it was like sealed in those, like the ones we used to get at school.
Well, those
Yeah.
those are kind of racist, weren't they?
What?
Um, wait, what was racist about
How
them?
is the string cheese racist?
Well, I don't know if it was like. Hmm. It showed it depicted a certain group of people.
Oh, yeah, the company logo that had the like the Native American lady on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of United States brands just really have a thing for depicting Native Americans as their logos or mascots, and I don't think that's good. Like you can go anywhere, for instance in Tennessee, you'll see there's a fucking golf course called Indian Hills, which one, still calling them Indians, despite the fact that it's been like literally centuries, and even back then they knew that they weren't from India. And two, why are you building a golf course on Native American land and having that be like the big branding thing?
Hazel, what are you complaining about, my friend? We gave them casinos. That should be well enough for stealing all of their land and killing many of them and raping them and giving them like chicken pox and everything else.
It wasn't stealing. They signed a contract. They
You're
just
so
didn't
right.
understand the contract.
You're so right. They're right. They're right. You know.
How do you guys feel about Turkey?
Like the country.
I like the food.
Sure,
Sure to what?
both.
Did you just say a word and hope we'd say some shit about it?
Well, I was initially thinking about the food Turkey. I was also aware of
Okay.
the fact that might be interpreted as the nation of Turkey. So since both of you asked the two ones I was thinking of, then you know,
I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about Turkey, but wasn't it like, didn't it used to be part of like the Ottoman Empire, or if not the Ottoman, the, not, what was it called?
they used to be the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, see, look at me go. Me have kind of memory.
Hmm.
Byzantine Empire, wasn't it part of them?
I'm pretty sure pretty definitively no, but I'm not quite sure.
Mm, whatever.
I find it really funny that for most of the time that they existed, they were known for being kind of just decaying,
Yeah, that's true.
which is like there was a very brief time where they were super successful, and then they just mostly held on to it for a while, and then they just started slowly rotting.
As they should have.
They were called the sick man of Europe for a while, which is funny.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So back on the topic of like the whole rich people keeping people as pets thing. How much money would it take for you to just be someone's pet dog?
It depends. How much money do they have?
Because like, okay, so let's just first assume some basic fundamentals, right? Like you have like you're given food, you're given shelter, etc.,
Do I
right?
have to shit in a yard?
No. Okay. It was just like a hot, attractive woman with like I think big Hanzas or whatever, and like you had to fucking. Yeah, I guess the requirements is be attractive. So you have to be someone's like fetish, right? You have to live with being like that person's fetish, and you eat out of a dog bowl, you drink out of a dog bowl. to act like a dog. You wolf, you climb up, fucking curl in their lap and shit.
Do I have the shit in a yard?
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's a deal breaker for me to think how much money it is.
Do you have to lick their face?
You have to lick the shit up.
Do you have to eat your own shit and vomit it and lick up the vomit?
I mean, if
Yeah.
you want to, if you're one of those dogs.
I mean, hey, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, like, okay, assuming you don't have to go like shit in the yard, that situation doesn't sound the worst.
Money is
Assuming I get
money at
like,
some point.
but how much money would it take for you?
Uh, $1,100.
$1,100 a
Eleven
day,
hundred
a
a
week,
day. A day.
a day.
$1,100 a day, and I am that pet. People like to say you can't buy me. You can buy me. Why wouldn't you be able to?
You'd be rich. You'd have like, you would just have the money. You'd have $401,000 by the end of 1 year of doing that.
Yeah,
For
I'm
that,
down.
for that rate, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd do that. Yeah, I'd do that.
That's $45 an hour. Not bad whatsoever.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Almost $46 an hour.
Do do I have to like keep them feeling like they're superior? Like I'm ashamed? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll act like it's not. I have no shame. Money?
I
Hold
mean,
on
at
now.
the end of the day, you're the one who's superior. You're making way too much money off an idiot.
I don't know how much money it would take for me to do
Tucker,
that.
I don't know what you're talking about when you say idiot. For all they're concerned, they're the honorable whatever the fuck their name is.
Fair enough.
Cause like, okay, so I would probably do that. Let's see, $30 an hour for 24 hours. That's $720 a day. That's still not bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I feel like 30 is probably my lower limit though. That's still $262,000 a year though. Tucker, how much money would it take for you?
I have no idea. At the end of the day,
Would it take you any
I
money?
can
Would you
choose to.
pay money?
I would not pay money. I would not pay money. No.
You'd pay
At the
money.
end of the day, my decisions are either be dehumanized at a factory for shitty pay, or be dehumanized in a comfortable home with a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
And if you're in a comfortable home with a lot of money, maybe you start to develop like what's the thing? Not
Stockholm
Stockholm
syndrome.
syndrome, but like a similar thing. Maybe you start to like it at a certain point. Maybe it starts to become fulfilling.
The only reason I would feel that way is the dopamine from a paycheck.
And also from probably being isolated from most other human connections, since you'd probably be kept, from the outside world for basically ever. But I'd be pretty
Imagine
okay
trying to
with
go
that.
out. Imagine trying to go outside and like they just squirt you with a squirt bottle.
Well,
Nah,
okay,
no thank you.
like you get to go outside whenever they decide you do. They probably put you on a collar and a leash, etc., etc.
Do you
Yeah.
get days off?
Does dogs get days off?
Or
Dogs
no,
are
if you're a good
intelligent
puppy
creatures with
wuppy, you're
human
gonna
rights.
be a good puppy wuppy every day, Tucker.
You know where I might have issues is if they pull out a peanut butter jar. I might start to think, hmm,
Shut up.
Why are you taking your pants off? Ooh, peanut butter.
you know,
What was that chuckle for?
it's just I think you went too far. uh, for YouTube.
I didn't say anything.
Look, my joke is at least
I
the
implied
kids
something.
won't. The kids, you implied hella.
Maybe they were just taking their pants off because there's a big jar of peanut butter. They were hiding in their big pants.
Yeah, big musky pants. Well, I'll tell you what. Either way, as long as I'm not dealing with it, life is good. Honestly, yeah, life is good. Now, if you, well, no, hear me out. What if that you have to do that job, but they record you?
Okay.
You cool with that?
What do I care? I'm this person's dog, probably for the foreseeable future.
I don't know. I feel like after 1 year, that's enough to retire.
That's not really that much money for like retiring.
$400,000 is not enough to retire. Like
Oh,
I'm
I
making
thought
more than
I thought it was more than that. My bad. Okay, never mind. Damn.
Like, I'd be pretty happy with that. And imagine if you got to choose who it was, right? Who would you pick? I
If I got
guess
to choose,
for you and for me, I guess that would be a relatively obvious choice. Tucker, if you got to choose who owned you, who would you pick?
well, we get to choose our owns. I
Yeah.
see.
that's a hard question and I don't like it.
Tucker, now hear me out. I've always wanted to be a Pokemon trainer.
You're a
Tucker,
piece of shit.
Tucker, use water gun.
Tucker, I'm not saying what I was about to say.
What were you going to say? Text it to me.
Nothing.
Text it to me.
Text it to me, and I promise
No,
I will not say anything of it. I will not
no,
speak.
I think I'm fine. I think I'm good as things stand.
Please.
Yeah,
No, it's
okay.
all right.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, guys. I just who is Tort? Don't worry
What?
about that. Nothing. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. Calm down.
what?
Blah. So, as everyone's livelihoods,
No, you didn't answer the
anyone in
question.
crippling debt yet?
No, you still didn't answer the question. Who gets to own you?
Oh, I forgot about that, and I don't want to answer it, so moving on.
Okay, I'll submit an answer if you'd like to submit an answer, Chris. Just so we can
Who
have a
gets
little eye for an eye thing going here.
or who gets to own me?
Yeah, I get to answer who would get to own me. You get to pick who gets to own you, and of course Tucker. Then naturally, of course, there's no actual thing forcing him to, but there would be a pressure, hopefully. Well, look, it's not exact science, peer pressure.
You know it's an even worse science if you say it out loud.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would pick Lauren. Who would you pick, Chris?
I have a. If you picked Lawn, wouldn't she abuse you?
What?
Oh, what the fuck?
Did you
What?
guys get back together or something? What?
No, okay. Her dad cut off all contact between the two of us because of the fact that I'm trans and he doesn't think I have a right to exist, nor does he think I
Yeah.
deserve to have love.
Yeah.
Logical conclusion of that being he doesn't want his daughter to perceive me.
Not
Yeah.
my daughter.
So with
Okay. Anyways,
so yeah, who would you pick, Chris?
I want to go back to what Tucker said because that was so out of the left field. What do you mean abuse? Where'd you even get that idea from?
I thought Lawn no longer liked them because didn't they
Oh,
explicitly
okay.
say don't contact me anymore?
Let's not put that in the podcast.
I agree.
Okay, well,
I was just
let's.
confused.
Who would you pick, Chris?
Uh, puts finger in chin.
Also, is my mic quality okay right now?
It's
It's
kind of
okay.
bad, but it's like we can hear you and understand you, so it's good enough.
Okay.
I feel like if it was up to me, uh, I feel like if my partner ever got a high paying job, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm done working. They're like, all right, cool. And I like that about us. So I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm just going with them. You know, that makes the most sense.
Who would you pick, Tucker? See, now there's the
I don't
additional
fucking
pressure
know.
of the fact that you released very hurty
Uh huh.
information publicly.
What?
No, we're gonna cut that out. They don't need. No one needs to know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you pick?
I'm
German
gonna keep
985,
saying
I mean.
for the next 10 minutes.
You know what? You can't choose your current partner. Who would you choose? I would choose German 985 because that'd be funny.
You choose Germa. Imagine
Yeah,
you're
that'd be
like
funny.
you're in your dog crate at night. He looks at you with that fucking Among Us smile, like when it's like pure black.
I'm just saying, I would be, if one, I would be famous. His chat
What if
would fucking love me.
what if you're like in this dog crate and he makes that he's naked but in a robe, nothing else, and he sits down and he pulls up a wooden chair, sets it down in front of your crate, and just stares at you and sips like tea or something, making an Among Us
Okay.
face. And he does that every single night and so didn't say a fucking word. And if you say anything, he like shakes the crate so fucking hard it hurts. You're gonna get imprints in your skin.
Does he also put a blanket over the crate when it's bedtime?
Um,
That
That
no,
way
sounds like
that
free
way I don't see the
installation.
light from the outside world, so I think that it's dark outside.
no,
So he doesn't do that.
no.
What kind of owner is he then?
He's the kind that makes you want. He wants you to watch
He wants me to watch what?
what he's doing.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
well, I guess I'd be fine with it, probably. Look, I'm just saying it would not be a bad deal. Look, who would you pick?
Who would I pick
Yeah.
if it was not my partner? Um, my question is, who do I trust to abuse me the least?
Or who do you think would be the funniest? Either or.
Um, my first thought was Markiplier.
It would be funny.
It would be funny.
And he's like
But
probably a relatively nice guy.
yeah,
They drained the
What'd you
I
say?
trust Markiplier.
Okay. What are you
I
saying, Chris?
trust. I trust that he won't look unless he's like completely different off camera. He's always been a okay guy. I trust he
Honestly,
wouldn't abuse the shit out of me.
I'm surprised there hasn't been like any controversy with him.
Yeah, there's been some. There's been some. It's just all stupid.
Yeah, like none of it's been, oh, he diddles kids. Like it's just
because he's a genuinely good person.
Yeah, he's
he's
pretty
one
good.
of the few actually good people. But who would you pick, Tucker?
Can I? Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne
Dwayne
the Cock Johnson.
Johnson.
Indeed.
Why Dwayne the Cock Johnson specifically?
What?
Why Dwayne the
Like The
Cock?
Rock?
Yeah, why Dwayne Johnson specifically?
Yeah, Dwayne the Cock
Why
Johnson.
not?
Like, I guess there's no reason why not.
I mean, I like to imagine he won't beat me up and shove me in a cage and kick me.
What if you liked
John,
being kicked?
Dwayne the
I
Cock
don't like
Johnson
getting kicked.
would totally do that to you.
I could see
Okay.
Dwayne Johnson doing that.
It's like you don't even know Dwayne the Cock Johnson.
I saw him do it in a movie theater. I think you're nuts.
I think Dwayne the Cock Johnson would like throttle you, my dude.
Mushrooms? Destiny Del Racho from high school?
Alex the Lion, what the hell are you doing? Has anyone
Hippo
else seen
Hop.
that? not, not Hippo Hop.
What are you talking about?
It's like some Norwegian guy, I think,
Some
and he
Norwegian
says,
guy?
that.
It's stupid.
I forget the original context. It's just that voice is ingrained in my mind occasionally.
Alright,
But no, go on. Go ahead. I'll let you take the jam.
so just further developing the questions from earlier. So
Okay.
you got your pay rate, you got your person, you got your alternate person. What type of pet would you be?
Well, but the whole
Can I be
concept
a
was that
giraffe?
you'd be a dog. Tucker, you don't want to be a giraffe. Giraffes are gay,
You could be
and
a
not in
dog,
the
you could be a cat,
no.
you could be like,
I know I sounds so bad. I'm not using gay as like bad. I'm using gay as in giraffes are gay in the wild, and they will use that
Some of
against
them
you.
are, not every single one is.
a
I
lot of
know.
animals are gay.
I know, but giraffes are used the most, aren't they? In that example, I thought they were. I think like a
What?
lot of giraffes are gay.
Giraffes are used as an example, yes, but there's also a lot of sea life, a lot of other land life. There's a lot of animals that are gay.
I have only heard people use giraffes as an example.
For
That's
instance,
stupid.
sheep, like rams and ewes. Um, there were a lot of studies of specifically like straight sheep, gay rams, but it was very hard for them to find any examples of lesbian ewes. And that's because, funnily enough, a lot of the time, whenever they felt sexual attraction, ewes would basically just have to freeze and lock up because the rams would ram. Um, and so as a result, because of the fact they just sort of freeze in place a lot of the time, it was very hard for them to identify any same-sex attraction between female ewes in the wild. Other examples were plentiful.
That's neat.
But yeah, what sort of animal would you pick?
Anyways, changing the topic. You know the arguments in church where like people like use as an argument against the gay people and stuff where they scream it's not natural?
Clothes aren't
Perhaps.
natural, stupid.
I mean, it's dumb because like even the fucking Bible is not natural. Like having moles and shit's unnatural. We've based our entire existence on becoming unnatural.
Naturalism is one of the dumbest fallacies, and I hate that it's so prevalent these days.
Ye.
Don't eat that, it's full of chemicals. Everything is chemicals.
What do you mean I have to use a gender? I don't want to use pronouns. That's not normal. God never said pronouns. He would never do that.
You have pronouns, dipshit. It came free with your fucking language.
Oh yeah, prove it.
Oh yeah, prove it. Says Tucker shitting his own pants, aggressively loud.
Okay.
You said his? Or woke?
Yeah.
Woke Shrigma? Grind set?
I got
You're
some
all idiots.
fragments.
Fragments?
Yeah, frag this cock, bitch.
No!
Honestly, if you think about it, I was about to say something really offensive. Never mind.
Okay. Okay, so whatever I say, I'm not gonna say that because it sounds like something that it would probably have just sounded very concerning. That's fine. And then you say that I'm thinking about murdering people. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong. No inconsistencies, no hypocrisy. It's heavenly.
Has anyone here boiled milk before?
I have never once had milk instead of water for hot chocolate.
You should do it.
That's the only instance I can imagine anyone boiling milk in.
There's also a
I
few
like.
other.
No, you boil milk for hot chocolate.
That's what I was talking about? What?
Oh, okay. You also do it for like mac and cheese,
You do it for tea as well.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
and also like a lot of desserts.
As I say, there's also
What?
Like a plethora of
Does it
things.
count as boiling it if you're mixing it into a ton of stuff, stirring it, and just cooking it in like a pan?
Yes.
well,
That
sometimes you
doesn't
also have
count
to
as
just
boiling.
specifically boil the milk itself.
That's weird. I've never seen that in like a cooking book. Albeit, I have now read a lot of cooking books.
Um, so a lot of the time it changes just certain qualities of the milk itself that are kind of useful for baking and cooking. It changes the consistency, the flavor is a bit different. If you've ever seen like dehydrated or evaporated milk, that's basically what it is, like milk that's been boiled and then cooled. So you're getting
Yeah.
more milk per milk. Some people boil their milk before they drink it because there's some nutritional benefits people argue for it, as opposed to fully like normal quote unquote milk. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you generally might want to boil milk for.
I see.
Sorry. I realize a lot of the last
Don't
few episodes
apologize.
have
I was
been.
actually listening.
I realize a lot of the past few episodes have been me just rambling about nonsense for a while,
I
like
personally
boiling milk.
like hearing nonsense.
I also like hearing the nonsense as one would.
In the beginning,
Yes, quite. I just think life is better when nonsense happens, not whimsical things. Right? I don't feel like I'm crazy for that.
I think if gnomes or little goblins or other whimsical little fantasy creatures existed, life would be pretty fun.
But you're right.
I mean,
You
if
know,
you think walking to a random like two trees in between two trees and suddenly a gnome comes out and fucking hexes you, sure.
That'd be fun.
what is wrong with that?
A
I
hex?
I want you to pinpoint one thing wrong with what you just told me just now.
A hex can kill you?
Now, see, this is poppycock.
But what if it kills you by filling your lungs with daisies?
You'd be dead?
That'd be pretty
Exactly.
funny.
It'd be pretty whimsical.
Yeah, it'd be pretty
Okay.
whimsical, pretty funny.
What if giants were real? Now, personally, I like giants,
Oh
but
god.
all of the conspiracy theories about giants are crazy, and I wish that they were more reasonable, because then I could believe them, and then I could believe that giants were real. And giants being
That depends.
real
What kind
would
of
be cool.
giants are you expecting?
The giant kind.
There's
Uh,
tiers to it. Do you mean like 10-foot people or like 100-foot people?
like, more or less just really big people, like 10 to 12-ish feet. Like just people, but big.
I see.
I think that about wraps up this podcast with
Okay,
giant talk spheres.
so class, what did we talk about today?
I don't
I broke
fucking
my
know.
headphones.
We talked about political dissidents. Why we should become pets.
Why you
Boiling
shouldn't
milk.
pull your phone off a desk and watch as you bend your headphone jack.
Giants, yay.
Look at that, Tucker. You did a Raymond. You
What?
dumb fuck.
Oh.
What's your guys'
At least it
favorite?
didn't get stuck in my fucking phone.
What's your guys' favorite fantasy creature?
Uh,
Top three, actually.
number one, half orcs.
What's number two?
Num Number two, Minecraft Steve.
What's number three?
Number three from Kids Next Door.
Number one, vampires. Number two, giants. Number three, demons.
Number four, piss yourself.
Honorable mention at number four for gnomes. Gnomes are fun. Tucker.
You want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
What, Chris?
Um, you want to hear something pretty funny? Is the podcast done recording?
No, we haven't
Okay.
heard Tucker's.
Okay, go ahead, Tucker. Before I say some deplorable things on camera.
No, please go ahead. Say those deplorable things.
No, go ahead, Tucker. I want you to say stuff. It makes me
Tucker, I
happy to
need your
speak.
BuzzFeed top three fantasy creatures.
I honestly hate most fantasy creatures because almost all of them are overrated.
What about like cryptids, like Mothman, or like the Jersey Devil?
Even
Hazel,
those are usually overrated.
Hey,
The closest thing to a cryptid I'd ever give credit to is like a kelpie. Because those
Hazel,
are just like kind of neat.
you're so
As
fucking
well as the
silly.
Welsh version I can't fucking pronounce.
Mothman isn't real, man.
But like, okay, what about the hoop snake? Have you ever heard about the hoop snake?
You heard of Hoopla?
Yes, you've talked about this in another podcast, by the way.
Okay, so you think the hoop snake is overrated?
I think it's stupid, and I don't see why it would be anyone's favorite cryptid.
I think it's just fun. Have you ever heard of the pard?
The what?
The pard. Have you ever wondered why leopards are called leopards?
You know what? Instead, I'll just pick one of the most uninteresting answers, just so the question ends. Dragons, elves, dwarves. See, it's all wrapped up.
Yay. Now to explain what pards are, because you're not getting out of this scot-free. Um,
You're a piece of shit.
people
Hey,
want,
Chris, what was that thing you wanted to say once the podcast ended?
um, okay, bye.